Hello, I'm John Jeffries. I started in the accounting profession in about December 1983. So that means that I've been in the profession over 40 years. My career has been mostly in the public accounting arena. I started off with a firm called Arthur Andersen & Co., which was at that stage one of the big 8 accounting firms. We now have the big 4. I became a tax manager there, and then I left there to go and join Deloitte in Melbourne, and there I became a senior tax manager, and also I became the national tax technical director of the firm, and later progressed on into the partnership of Deloitte. I was also headed up the tax group in Adelaide for a couple of years before I joined Pitcher Partners in Melbourne as a tax partner. From there, broadly, I then joined the firm that is now known as Mazars in Melbourne and was a partner there. In 2007, I started my own business with the sole purpose of focusing on accounting firms, small and medium accounting firms, and helping the people in those firms with the tax and superannuation system in Australia. Then later on, I did spend a couple of years with a professional organisation where I was the tax counsel, but then restarted my business, which is now John Jeffries Tax, and my focus is on helping accountants in small and medium accounting firms with the tax and superannuation system. So from all of that, you will understand that I specialised in the Australian tax system and superannuation system. This is mainly the income tax area, but also fringe benefits tax and GST when that came along, and the other parts of it, the Administration Act, the International Agreements Act, and so on. So I am a member of Chartered Accountants Australia and New Zealand, the Institute of Public Accountants, and the Tax Institute of Australia. My career has spanned from helping some of the largest companies in the world to individuals and wealthy individuals and small businesses, and really the whole gambit of business activity that you would find in Australia. Being a tax professional is something that requires a great deal of work and study, and there is no substitute for many hours of reading and thinking about the tax and superannuation law and applying it to real life examples. But advising clients is not only about the technical issues, it is also about dealing with the human issues that are involved. And sometimes I describe accountants as about 80% psychologist and about 20% an accountant. And I think that many accountants in public practice would agree with that. I think the most enjoyable aspect of being an accountant is that it is, number one, a helping profession. You take information, often complex information, and the idea is that you take that information, sometimes tax information, sometimes numbers, and you present it in a way to a client that helps them to make proper decisions with their business. And so one of the real skills of an accountant is the ability to be able to take information, complex information, and to turn it into something that is understandable for clients. And indeed, that is what my business is based on now. I take the technicalities of the tax and superannuation laws, and I put it into videos and other teaching methods that help accountants in small and medium enterprise sized practices to be able to understand the concepts even better. And I use a lot of examples to do that and try to explain things in an easily understandable way. Also, I have somewhat of a media profile where I write articles for publications such as the Accountants Daily. Sometimes I'm quoted in the Financial Review. I've been on radio and so forth, trying again to explain to people in simple terms what are sometimes complex issues. And so I think that that's probably where I get the most enjoyment out of my profession. It is taking all of that complexity, thinking it through, and then thinking, what do the people who need to know this information, how can I present it to them in a simple and understandable way? I think the best advice that I could give to an aspiring young accountant is that you should eventually pick something that you will be famous for. There are many, many things that you can do as an accountant. You can specialise in all sorts of particular areas, and eventually what is a good idea is to pick one of those areas and become an absolute expert on that area, so that you know it absolutely back to front, the technical issues and so forth. And if you aspire to be in a public accounting firm, I can guarantee you that that is one of the best ways to get yourselves promoted through the ranks, is to become famous or known for an expertise in a particular area of the law or accounting, or maybe the use of spreadsheets or corporations law or accounting standards. You pick it and become really good at it.